Erica Lorraine Spencer here. This is the P.O.C. pattern of conduct, the ongoing real-time documentation of what is the criminal pattern of conduct of federal stalking in violation of 18 U.S.C. sections 2261A subsection 1 and subsection 2. This is the pattern of conduct underway by a public entity, that is the state of California, that is engaging in federal stalking in concert with the people of the state of California. So this is group conduct. And this is the practicing of what are the criminal elements of monitoring amongst what is the demon possessed. And so this is what is documentation of terrorism as it is underway by a public entity in concert with the people of the state who are in the shoes of the government as this criminal system is in ceaseless operation. And as the state engages in this demented group conduct, this is revealing how the public entity, that is the state of California, that is in the United States of America, how terrorism of an American citizen plays out, what that looks like, how that is facilitated amongst a people, amongst a government, how it is public corruption in plain sight, and not only that, how you formulate policy and how you prosecute that which is demonic conduct, it's demonic activity, but that which is in no way impervious to prosecution in federal court, and being subject to ratification into federal policy. This is the P.O.C. This is documentation of third-party facilitating video Holiday Inn. The people of the state are monitoring slamming doors in the hallway. The state is sounding sirens repeatedly. It's 7:10 a.m. right now. Sounding sirens at 7:09 a.m. Sounding sirens approximately 5 minutes earlier as well, while ongoing operation of a communication device inside of the room and molestation with light. Those are the elements that are combining with it, which is the P.O.C. As I've already documented, the directed light is inside of the venue of Holiday Inn, and you have what is also the state that is amplifying audible activity. This is how you're hearing what is ongoing slamming of doors. This is the state engaging in that same exact pattern of conduct. Monitoring in the space. As soon as I fall asleep, the television is repeatedly turned off. The television is a communication device, remember that, and it's internet operated. What I'm looking at is, it says it's direct TV, but this is a facilitating venue. I just want to document all the ways in which the P.O.C. is underway, and this is the ongoing terrorism underway at this venue. The state is present, sounding sirens, amplifying them inside of the hotel room, while a third party is in the venue, molesting with light in operation of a communication device, while the state is repeatedly sounding sirens. That's the ongoing acts of terrorism by the demon possessed. I want to document that. It's 7:11 a.m. on Sunday, October 24th, 2021. And this is the third party facilitating venue Holiday Inn in the city of Palmdale, California. 8XDD125, 8DUP776, 308, that's Nevada. This is audible activity under the fake sun in Palmdale, okay, 8RME001. BJK564. Let me show you something. All right, 8TOY676, 8HMZ387, BD01Z19, that's paper, 8GHD105. And as I showed on video, the state's fake sun is over the room and aiming what is directed light inside of the room on the floor. Let me point something out. That's not even going to occur even if the sun was visible in Palmdale. Based on the pattern of conduct, you know that that's not the sun. The state is stalking with its light source. But let me be clear, that's not sunlight that's moving horizontally through the window onto the floor inside of that venue. That's the pattern of conduct, and you're looking at what the state is doing everywhere. It's following with its fake sun, and it is filling the venue, the surfaces all around, with what is directed light. That's what's inside of the hotel room. All right, and directed light, the state's engineer light, double shadows, magnified size of my shadow, while minions surround in relevant position. They're sex offenders. This is the P.O.C., the sexual violence at Holiday Inn, 4KCL771. And the state's fake sun is over my head at this Holiday Inn in the city of Palmdale, California. And nowhere possible over what is the Ontario Police Department, for example. As I documented at 11:44, it's 11:43 right now. And I'm standing at 2500 South Archibald in the city of Ontario, and the state's light source is directly piercing over the edge of that building, directly over my head. And it remains over the vehicle as I travel to the police department. Recall that, right? And it remains over me as I travel throughout Ontario, and that's the ongoing documentation. And this is the pattern of conduct. And what I captured right now on video, as I'm exiting the entrance of Holiday Inn, it's on the opposite side of where the room is that I'm inside of 306. The state's fake sun is visible out the window. The state moves its fake sun to be over me at the entrance as I exit it. All right, but I'm just showing you what the state is doing, moving its fake sun everywhere that I go, step by step. But let me be clear, this is following with the fake sun to an entirely different county. This is what the state has been doing for years, okay? And this is no doubt about the fake sun not being over what is. The actual sun is not over, in other words. The third-party group stalkers at Upland Public Library at 450 North Euclid Avenue, where the state was captured with its fake sun over my head over the ceiling at 12:13 p.m. before I left that venue. All right. And what it is today, it's 11:44 a.m. right now. This is impossible to coexist. That's not the sun. And I've already established this. I'm documenting what is a public entity engaging in that conduct. And you're talking about the documentation of a third party, a psychopath that exposes me to that danger. And her name is Tracy Banks, taking me to a different county in a hotel room where I'm subject to the government that is monitoring and stalking and helicopters that you saw in over 12 videos. All right. That's a psychopath. And that is one that has your harms, that is engaged in harming you and not your best interest. Okay, smiling, buying a hotel room does not in any way avert the pattern of conduct. And let me be clear, this is demonic at its core. Letting in Satan's light into that hotel room. That is Satan's light in the vehicle. That is Satan's light source over the head, over my windshield while I'm in that vehicle. All right, and I happen to know this demonic actor's name. It is the same demonic possession by the people of the state, active in what you are witnessing as I go to Palmdale. It's the P.O.C. This is the state's pattern of conduct of federal stalking, and it is that which is threatening the life of a target individual. It is terrorism while the state is stalking with that environment, and this is the ability to recognize the nuances of the stalking entity. It's demonic at its core. Okay, but it is that which is of a demented entity, and I have captured what is the physical violence, the sexual violence, the criminal tendencies, the theft of the entity. All right, that's what the Ontario Police Department, the Fontana Police Department, the Los Angeles Police Department, etc. I have documented the entity engaging the pattern of conduct. All right, it is 11:45 a.m. and that's the P.O.C. I'm exiting the venue. And you have what is obstruction of justice hopping out of the line in order to stop me from documenting license plates, okay? That's what's going on right now. It's 11:45 a.m. This is P.O.C. 8 CGP 738. 8 RNR 756. All right, what is also relevant to note as I am documenting, for example, the ongoing use of sirens, which is audible activity in the environment. It's ongoing, it's the P.O.C. The use of sirens is not only the communication of a threat by the demon-possessed and by law enforcement, that's what that represents, while ongoing molestation is ongoing in the room, molestation with light, you have what is the surrounding with directed light. The state is stalking with its light. It's in the hallway. It's right outside of the room. This is serving criminal monitoring, and I want to be clear, that's why the state is using those sirens, and that's the significance of documenting the environment and the ongoing environment with regard to light, what is audible, and what is all around, which is the relevant positioning of the people. And it's demonic conduct that the law enforcement is engaging in, 8JGR 961, and that's what I'm documenting. That's why I'm showing you what's the state's engineered light, but I've already shown you when I'm talking about the state stalking with a helicopter, I mean exactly what I say, and I've already established my credibility. The state was stalking, utilizing the sounds of sirens with knowledge that I'm sleeping, engaging in harassment in this regard, while it is also communication of a terrorizing threat, and it is the elements of monitoring, all right? And this is by the demon-possessed, and this is Los Angeles County, so you need to understand demon possession is not limited to the county. I'm isolating the P.O.C. to where I am at, obviously, but I'm showing you what is a pattern of conduct by a public entity that is practicing satanic activity. It is terrorism by the state. It's 11:48 a.m. 7SQH459 6WXL061. Again, this is Holiday Inn located at 38630 off of 5th Street. The intersection is Park West and 5th Street. Palmdale Boulevard is the main street. Let's see. 8YJP880. Mm-hmm. 8MZ2387.
Take the next left on
Los Angeles Fire Department is crossing path on Palmdale Boulevard right now at 11:50. That's the state engaging the P.O.C. Looking at the Palmdale Regional Medical Center, the fire department is in relevant position on Palmdale Boulevard, and they are monitoring in the environment, and that is the identification of the state doing so. It is currently 11:50 a.m. 8LYL600.
Turn left onto West Palmdale Boulevard.
So here's a common sense breakdown as well. I'm at the Upland Public Library at this time yesterday, and I capture at 12:13 the state's fake sun directly over the ceiling and aiming what is directed light all around me on the floor while those demons surround in relevant position inside of that venue. And you have what is the state's fake sun over me in the city of Palmdale at 5th Street and Palmdale Boulevard right now at 11:51 a.m. That's not the sun that's over that venue that I'm capturing, and it's not the sun that's over this vehicle right now in Los Angeles County. That is the state's light source. And these are demons engaging in conduct 7ZZJ818 that is targeting 8HVZ259 with a government. It's engagement in what is satanic activity, but again, understand what they are doing with communication devices, which is relevant under criminal law. This is 18 U.S.C. 2261A, subsections 1 and 2. All right, these big trucks that are engaging in the state's P.O.C., they are with regard to interstate commerce, coming over state lines, utilizing companies that are coming over to the state of California, using the roads and the highways, engaging in monitoring with communication devices with the public entity, with the government that's being prosecuted, provides no shelter whatsoever. Doing business on behalf of some other third party is no form. You are present and they are monitoring, and this is what I'm showing you. This is demonic activity, and it's occurring within that context. And this is how you're able to prosecute it. The demon-possessed are engaging in criminal conduct. It is currently, again, 11:52 a.m., and this is P.O.C. 6KZE358. Eight RTM044. 8WDX725. 8TEF772. 7ZZJ818. 387ZTK. And that's Nevada. KVZ656, directed light on the meridian while they're crossing path. 8FFE179, directed light on the meridian, just like I showed you at the car wash under the fake sun. That's not sunlight. That's called touching surfaces with light. 39891P2, demons. 7MKT040. These are demons. Driving vehicles, the demon possessed. Revealing you what are the secrets of the people of the state. This is satanic conduct occurring in California. 7TXV483. 8JFG448, and that is what a psychopath is clinically defined as. Those are psychopaths. 393LK, that looks like Arizona. 8DGF987. 8NVM377. 7UKY176. 8JMX739. 8SOL747. 8CZY789. 8NXZ748. I'm sorry, 8NXZ485. 8 JGT711, 8GYU390.
Exit 30 toward Angeles Forest Highway.
It's currently 11:55 a.m. The state's fake sun is not outside the window of room 306 or over the entrance of the Holiday Inn at 5th Street and Park Place. It's directly over the windshield. And these are the demon-possessed, that is the people of the state of California that are maintaining presence on a freeway, engaging in what is crossing a path, which is light activity and ongoing audible activity. Maintain 8EGN969. The state is maintaining that environment because the people of the state are monitoring with that state, and it is joint demonic activity. That's the reality of what they're engaged in.
In half a mile, take exit 30 toward Angeles Forest Highway.
Y307387.
Take exit 30. In a quarter mile, slide left onto Pear Blossom Highway, Sierra Highway.
I like this because going home is all
This
the
is
way
audible
down
activity.
Slide left onto Pear Blossom Highway, Sierra
all the
Highway.
way down the hill.
Continue on Pear Blossom Highway for 5 miles.
It's 11:57 a.m. Remember the significance of this. This is audible activity in the environment. It's P.O.C. It's not serving a commercial purpose. 55616 W1. Again, that's 55616 W1. 7073258. 8M07 831. 4JL4405. On Norman's Nursery. YPO 6140 is the front license plate on that truck. Norman's Nursery is the name on the logo on the front of that truck. 4CP 1133 in the front of the truck. Norman's Nursery. YPO 6136, the same license plate. License. Oh, I can't say my one. HID 640. United States Postal Service crossing path under the fake sun. Again, this is the same road that we were on yesterday. The state's keeping its same presence over the my window, the passenger side, at a different time of the day. Remember, we came here at a different time. We're passing the Boulder housing subdivision, passing 37th Street East on Pear Blossom Highway at a different time, and the state is keeping its fake sun. That is the intent of, for example, United States Postal Service crossing path. That is the intent of everyone in relevant position, by the way, in that deliberately maintained environment. That is unnatural. 8 MPG 652, and let me be clear, that goes with everything that you are hearing and everything that is around you. including the people. They're monitoring. These are demons. This is the demon possessed engaging in the system. In other words, this music is for enjoyment. It's for my monitoring. That's what this is for. And this is the malice that the people of the state engage in P.O.C. And that is also relevant to what is understanding the substance of the documentation. And there's nothing that's going to obstruct documentation. Nothing. And also, let me also point this out. These demon-possessed stalkers, the public entity itself, has knowledge that it's being documented, and that's relevant with regard to these commercial actors utilizing the same license plates on different vehicles. There's nothing, they're not going to avoid prosecution. That's an additional federal charge. All right, I just want to point that out because this is an entity that I'm documenting and knows that it's being documented. That's going down as obstruction of justice while you're engaging in P.O.C. 6XNC786. I'm sorry, VYA9HC. 98312T1. 8SQR403. 84578C3.
I was only like 6. I was like 16. But I can give her 16. I can make it. That's a big extreme. I got a sick ball. That color miss clean. My trip frosty like house in the bean.
Stalking with Light. 7ESX801. 6AYX160. 4TOW220. 42250P2. 7DTY256. 6LLA520. I got 2 young shooters at the bus and y'all ain't got nothing. Ooh, no one young, don't be messing with me. I got 2 bad roads, can be running from me. I got 3 young hitters at the bus and y'all ain't got nothing. 37904B1.
All stars, you hardly 6'3". Yeah, I had to ball hard to harvest these trees. Where the guy me too, no Harvey Weinstein.
It's 12:06 p.m. 2786177 on an Estenson Logistics truck. I want you to make sure you pay attention to everything that you're hearing in the background. This is a psychopath. That's exactly what a psychopath is. This is demonic activity. 8NMK578 and getting their groove on while monitoring their own daughter. 7JVV425 monitoring with all the rest of the people of the state. Pay attention because this is informative. It's 12:07 p.m. at 82nd Street East. All right, license 8SPL497 94185H2 8PZH049, excuse me, 8AY315, I believe, 8KWW360 U.S.C.4LF 09011X1 7JMN988 8JRC090 34151B3. Alright, what I captured on video is the state's fake sun, which is directly over me, over the passenger side of the car while we were on the 138 East. And I took video of what is the same location where we're at Pear Blossom Highway, capturing what is the Little Rock Community Clinic. That's just a site as to what is being in Los Angeles County, totally far from the venue where the state's keeping its fake sun where I'm at, in San Bernardino County, for example, over the library where I remain for the day. And you're looking at what's directed light over it while the state's keeping it over D Street and over the ceiling in the library. Well, I'm in Palmdale at the same time, all right? And passing over what is the same venue on Pear Blossom Highway at a different time, and the state is keeping its light source over me in the vehicle. And what you're listening to is audible activity, all right? And getting her groove on, okay? This is demon possession. All right, I'm dealing with a spirit. That's the reality of what it is, and it's evil. It's 12:09 p.m. Has nothing to do with your identity, claiming that you love somebody. You're known by what you do, okay? Not by some title that you're assuming you have credibility under, because you don't. P.O.C. It's 12:09 p.m. License plate. Let's see. 6N17903, and the state aiming directed light onto the passenger side of the car while that demon-possessed stalker crosses path. That's absolutely impossible light activity. And that's the terrorism by the demon-possessed who are monitoring with communication devices, and they're maintaining presence on the road. This is Parablossom Highway. It's 12:10 p.m.
Trips that you plan for the next whole week. Bands too long for so cheap and flex so deep.
4GQC 884. And again, that was 6N17903. 6LDH000. LK Arizona, maintaining presence on Parablossom Highway. Eight EHU 086. 6RLR 779, in case I didn't read that one. 7EXP 602 19818B3. 639 XWL, that's an Arkansas plate. 8AD 745. That's Nevada. 7X09165. And he's stalking, he or she is stalking with activity the moment I start recording, pressing their brake. There's no car in front of them that's creating, they're stalking with activity, using their brake lights, all right? And monitoring together, and that creates light activity, and they're under the fake sun. And let me show you what else they're doing. The traffic on the opposing side of traffic, going the opposite direction, is crossing path as well. And so the state's fake sun is right in my window, the passenger side of the vehicle. This is systematic monitoring while they're driving. And stalking with activity, utilizing your brake lights as I start recording. That's the P.O.C. Okay? It is 12:20 p.m. 12:21 p.m. Alright, license. This is Texas. Looks like HCG 0250. It's 12:22 p.m. 82QC 483. It's 12:25 p.m. 8WQL 877. 10847J2. 8MEE988, 7ZTK705, 7HVC291, 60611F2 at Beakley Road and Route 138. State's fake sun directly over me. And this is ongoing audible activity. She's monitoring with the people of the state. She's monitoring with the government that's keeping the fake sun over my window. And directed light is in the car. That's not the sun, and it's not sunlight that's filling the vehicle. That's molesting me as well. All right, so this is P.O.C. It's 12:32 p.m. 8EIA 595. 7FSX 801. It's 12:34 p.m. 6C65829. 8MEE988. I'm sorry, that was 988. Passing the San Bernardino National Forest. 62488C3. It's an Idaho license plate. TM3816. It's Amazon Prime. Being carried by JB Hunt. U.S.00800806, and the license on the front is 2722005. That's JB Hunt, third party, carrying an Amazon Prime third-party trailer. Understand the entity has knowledge that they're being documented. The state covering up its fake sun is no deviation from the pattern of conduct. Directed light remains, and the state is still stalking within environment. Going into San Bernardino County, and suddenly what are clouds appear, and I've already shown you the state keeps its fake sun over me. in that environment, all right, engaging and showing its light. That's what it was doing yesterday at the Upland Public Library. Under any circumstances, the actual sun is not outside of the window in Palmdale, outside of the room, aiming direct the light on the floor. That's not sunlight. That was a fake sun. And also remaining over the ceiling of Upland Public Library. And that's just one example, okay? There is no covering it up that changes that. It's documented. It's of record. The state is stalking with light. And that's a demented stalker. That's the government. And you're listening to the audible activity of one that's stalking with that entity. 4VGY353. It's 12:39 p.m. And the state has maintained presence over me in this vehicle going from LA County to San Bernardino County. 7ESY801.
I'm a dangerous man with some money in my pocket. So many pretty girls.
I'm sorry, that's 7ESX801. PHO175. 8UYA616. 8GJE456.
What's the name?
8LRG. I can't really see the rest of that. Getting on what is now the San Bernardino Freeway. I believe this is the 15 South. Yeah. Remember, the state's fake sun remains over my head. And that is the ongoing pattern of conduct traveling from county to county. And this is speaking to what is the state system. All right. 8UTL537. 5FPL536. TUV698. 8KDE846. BM80450. It's 12:42 p.m. Passing the Cleghorn Road exit 129 on the 15th. The people are monitoring on the freeway. 55666B3. 6JDR292. I think I read this one. 5EPL536. 8KZE098. BEAULEX. 8WIJ907. 6SPS090. 4CMI616. 8UHG128. 8EHX725. 7SZA108. 7RYU832. 8NVA823. 7ZFL818. 7GFJ402. 5PXY125. 7G75459. 7FMA595. 8SYJ570. 40746C3. 7THD079. 6XRH507. 6YGF093. 7YGG065. 8WTH574. 7G75459. 7N18656. 5HLY267. 4MQD459. 8T52988. 4RX3984. And this is a truck. That's the back license plate of that truck. 8T52988. 0461F handicap. I guess I didn't read it. 8RMT596. 62488C3. I think I read that one too. 6XYX840. 7YXD345. 6JIK527. 78C725. That's Nevada. 45122P2. I believe I might have read that one already. 7MYL069. 23Y9065. Using a motorcycle and to create hazard lights. Right, that's peculiarized light. That's how they're doing that on the freeway. P.O.C. 8NVA823. 7N18656. 7LMC699. And this is the truck again, 4RX3984. And that's the back license plate of that truck. It has been driven by U.S.2057164. The front is WP14798. License 7YGG065. License 7TFS 992. 38045G2. CZN 655. That's an out-of-state plate. This is 50836B2. CGB. Oh, I can't see the rest of it. That was the Arizona plate, and I think I read that one already. 255968D. Being carried by the Mary Transportation 979F37 is the front plate on that truck. 12:51 p.m. 4 CMI 616. 7 THD 079. 40746C3. 5592STW. Being carried by Western Specialized. License, let's see. I can't see that license plate. It says Western Specialized. It is 12:54 p.m. and I'm on the 15 South, approaching Sierra Avenue. The state is keeping its fake sun directly over. This is P.O.C. 8 CED 198. 1MU8684. 4RW 8040. 8XSG 734. 8TVG 850-71384Y2. 6YXW 457. 8GHU 164. 8XKM 744. Alright, license 7ERX 448. 7SHH 227. 8FQB 707. And this is P.O.C. in Rialto/Fontana. Got off the 15 freeway at Sierra and driving south on Sierra Avenue. This is P.O.C. passing Terra Vista. 8VY3J84, I believe, but I can't really see that one. 7 RUC 541. 8T BR094. 8M. Oh, I can't really see that one. I think this is 8TBR094. 8LSY940. License 8NHK118. 8ULV512. 8NJN759. BEUTYY. 8NHK811. BE79E83. That's a paper plate. 8HQP992. 8NJN759. Let me get that one. 78IV389. 6NDA156. 6XRM944. 8UYK479. All right, at what is Sierra Avenue and South Highland Avenue, 6VIY515, 7YMA741, 8LET501, 8SUG785, 7KRY955, 7BLD865. NOA083. 8SMK921, 7JYU130, passing the Bella Strata housing subdivision at McAuliffe and Sierra at 1:02 p.m. State keeping its fake sun directly over the vehicle from Palmdale. Remember, at this time where I'm coming from an entirely different region, and I'm, for example, on the bus or I'm walking down the street and the state's fake sun is right over my head, all right? 7MNY765, and that's what you were calling. 8ELL175. I can't really see that one, though. And that is also why there is no tactics such as covering up the fake sun that is in any way changing what is the pattern of conduct that's established. The state is clearly stalking with a light source and is a sex offender molesting with that light that is serving a criminal purpose as well, touching and doing so. It's San Jacinto and Sierra Avenue in Fontana. 8UDU346, 6XTG483, 8WUR802, 8NWN450, 7CMW702, 7RLL060, 84864D3. Let's see, 8TMM692. Let's see, 7LDR607, 8WUR802, in case I didn't read that one already. 7DZD. Let me see. 7DZD. 7LOR607. And I'm gonna get the rest of this one. Hold on. That is 7DZD 918. All right, I did take a picture of what is this fake sun over Arco. This is in the city of Fontana. And this is from the 138 East. And traveling on that highway at a different time. The state maintaining its presence in my window on me. This is molestation while federal stalking is underway by the demon-possessed. This is terrorism and sexual violence. On that highway at a different time, maintaining that same central presence over me after being out the window of the hotel room in the Los Angeles County in Palmdale, which is also impossible to coexist as I'm documenting that which is a fake sun. All right, not the sun. 6VRJ045 in the city of Ontario, in the city of Upland, in the city of Fontana, wherever you want to reveal. This is the pattern of conduct by the state. 7LZU293, and this is demonic conduct. All right, and this is the practicing of terrorism by a government, stalking with the demon-possessed. They're all engaging in this demented pattern of conduct. It's demented. It's that which is of the demonic. It's P.O.C. It's 1:08 p.m. All right, license 7RLL060, 7XHW900, 76367Z1, 8PPY884, 8FLL165. State's fake sun in the window of the vehicle while we are leaving that Arco on Baseline Avenue and Flagstone. This is the bus 10 route, the Omnitrans bus route 10. That's nowhere near being what is the Route 66, the Route 61, where the state's keeping its fake sun in the window. All right, that's clearly not coexisting with being in Palmdale over the hotel room. It's very precise. That's what I mean with stalking with light. All right, there's no mistaking what the state is doing. You're clearly stalking with helicopters, stalking by the law enforcement, stalking by ambulance and fire department personnel, stalking with the people of the state, and stalking with light. All right, it's demonic activity. 5ZGA913, 8NVG941, 3365. I can't really see the rest of them. 7USF 399, 5ZST 451. 83266 2G2, 8NOX 532, 6HXY. Can't see the rest of them, but I'm at Mango and Miller. 6LZW032, 5HEK922, 5HRJ397, 8WRZ408, 08877K2. 8TNA 024 31857E1 8ABJ 443. Driving south, now passing over Foothill at Mango and Foothill. State's fake sun over the windshield. It's 1:11 p.m. Alrighty, that's license 6TWA800 8NNK423. On video is 8LZP393 8TTW514 6TFH912. Video at 1:15 p.m. of the state's fake sun over me at the Walmart in Fontana. 6WIF826 8KTX643 6PBE790 7VOL401 8BUP338 8SHY885 K783JO DT106 handicap 7MOG699 8TIG 938 8PVU 858 6UKL204 5NWL746. Go ahead, Satan. License BE69Y96 is the paper plate. Directed light beside her vehicle while she's crossing path under the fake sun. This Walmart is off of Foothill Boulevard, and looking for an address. This is 1:15 p.m. That's what I captured as the state's fake sun over me in the parking lot. And what I'm capturing are the demonic activity of the people of the state. Wherever I am at, and this is the stalking with light. And in a parking lot, you're doing it by being in the path wherever the vehicle I'm inside of. So, for example, I'm frequently exposed to it with Tracy Banks. Wherever she's parking, the people of the state are surrounding that vehicle with their cars using either hazard lights, or they're also at the same position at that same time, parking right there, reversing out of their spot right there. It's called stalking with light. And that's how they're doing it inside of a parking lot. That's a venue, all right? It's the same exact P.O.C. You're looking at what is the maintenance of the pattern of conduct in her car, all right? The fake sun is over my head in her car from a different county, okay? And you have what is the maintenance of audible activity. That's what that music is about, it's audible activity. It is occurring while the state's light source is directly over my head, moving from venue to venue, in other words, monitoring with the demons that are maintaining presence all around that vehicle. That's the reality of the demonic activity that I'm capturing audibly on my podcast. And I'm capturing images of what is the fake sun that's remaining over me in the window. And that is an exceedingly obnoxious demon that is also hostile. So blasting the music is not only serving the purpose of my harm, all right? She's monitoring and doing so with the state. Doing so also is hostile to listening and witnessing me document not only the people of the state, but she's of the same demon possession, okay? This is a psychopath. It doesn't matter that you're smiling. It doesn't matter, oh, you want to get a hotel room? You want to go to the store? Let me be clear with regard to what is demonic activity. It's the pattern of conduct, all right? It's the pattern of conduct. I've shown you what is stalking with light, stalking in the path, and stalking with ongoing activity. And it's literally underway while I'm sitting in the passenger seat of her vehicle. This is a psychopath that is monitoring what is in the flesh. I'm related to her, but this is a very sick individual, and it's representative of what is the people of the state. This is demonic activity as I'm revealing it, and it's being practiced by a government. There is no day under any circumstances where the sun is going to remain over my head, and that is central. It's exclusive. It was literally over the room of the hotel room in the city of Palmdale. It was literally over the entrance of that hotel as I am on the opposite side of that venue in the city of Palmdale. But you have long-term documentation of the state keeping its fake sun over the Ontario Ovitt Family Community Library, over Mercy House, where I would remain there for the duration of the day. All right, this is not separate. All right, this is ongoing documentation. And I was stating then when I was capturing that's clearly not the sun. The state is acting as though the sun is present in Ontario on that street over that building all day long. And you can apply that to every venue, because that's exactly what I was stating then. And as I go outside of that location, as I go to Azusa, as I go to Los Angeles, and now I've gone to Lancaster and captured in video, you're looking at what is the state's fake sun over my head. All right, that does not coexist with being over the entrance of the Ontario Ovitt Family Community Library. It's impossible, and that's not the sun, clearly. All right, so what am I showing now? I'm showing what is a psychopath that is stalking to the very end. That's serving what is policy. And that psychopath is embodied in the people of the state as they're engaging in demonic activity. That's a psychopath. all right? Stalking to the very end until they are restrained and prosecuted and exposed as a psychopath and the sex offenders that they are, because that's what you're doing when you're touching without consent and stalking. And no demon can hide from that. The demons are revealed and exposed as they are. It is 1:20 p.m. and this is P.O.C. at the Walmart in Fontana off of Foothill. And it is P.O.C. as I documented exiting the vehicle, and now as I'm walking around, the pattern of conduct is underway in the store. And I've already documented Walmart specifically. It doesn't change whatever address you're at. Just want to be clear. It's a state pattern of conduct, P.O.C. 8 DOP 639, 5 ACM 339, 7 MOC 825, 8 VDC 417, 6 HOY 463, HOY 463, 5 HSH 415, 8 NNK 423, 6 BAN 090, 6 NCH 923. License. And again, this Walmart is located at, 17251 Foothill Boulevard in Fontana.
400 feet, turn right onto West Foothill Boulevard, West Historic Route 66 East.
Allied Universal is on the grounds monitoring as well. 5YMX 542. It's at Foothill and Palmetto.
Next right onto Palmetto Avenue.
7 JFN 235, 8 NTR 450.
For half a mile.
It's 1:29 p.m. Fontana Police crossing path on Arrow Boulevard at Arrow and Palmetto at 1:30 p.m. Amazon Prime is in relevant position at the same stoplight. It is
In a quarter mile, turn right onto Wheeler Avenue.
1:30 p.m. as well. And you have what is documentation of the state keeping its fake sun over the hotel room in Palmdale, over the vehicle, over me, directly over me, over the vehicle from Los Angeles County to the Fontana, to the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center. All right, that is P.O.C. It's 1:31 p.m. CPN 3906. Those are the circumstances under which Amazon Prime is crossing path. This is an actor that knows it's being documented, engaging in demonic conduct, engaging in terrorism, and stalking with the government, acting in concert with the Fontana Police Department under the same knowledge and doing so. All right, it is 1:31 p.m. 6 BMK 986, 8 CBH 043, 8 VSS 747. Monitoring with Fontana Police Group stalking at the traffic light while I'm being driven around a circle around the venue. This is intentional monitoring conduct.
Right onto Wheeler Avenue.
It is 1:32 p.m. at now Nathan A. Simon and Upland Avenue. Passing the Fontana Fire District Administration. The address is 1701 17001.
Turn right onto Mango Avenue.
8 PAP 202.
Mango Avenue.
And generally, when this is occurring, the state is moving its fake sun, positioning it while I'm being driven around in a circle around a venue. Monitoring is ongoing, but the state is positioning its fake sun as it remains over where I am. All right, it is 1:33 p.m. 6URV 578. That demon turns on its flashers as it crosses path with knowledge that I'm documenting it. 8 NRZ 963. Under no circumstances is the sun over your vehicle in both Lancaster, Palmdale and in Fontana. And remember, I already documented the remaining presence of the fake sun over the ceiling of the Fontana Lewis Library. It would never be visible out of the window of that hotel room, over the windshield of this vehicle, all right, moving far from Fontana. It's the same analysis, though, but that's just like highlighting it as I'm going outside of San Bernardino County, okay? That's a psychopath that's stalking and acting in concert, that same psychopath, and 8 NRZ 963. It's demonic. And it is operating in the Fontana Police Department, who are engaging in that satanic system. 7XVH 743.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Wheeler Avenue.
8GDP 713. 17843B3.
Don't turn in here where it says library.
Take the next right onto Wheeler Avenue, then your destination will be on the left.
I pointed that street out before when you passed it up, but this is it right here.
I didn't know.
I pointed it out again when you passed up the 2nd Street. Anyway, it's 1:35 p.m. at Fontana Lewis, and that is clearly P.O.C. All right, it is 1:40 p.m. and the state's fake sun is over the Fontana Lewis Library, all right? And this is coming from Palmdale. So you're seeing what the state is doing as I'm coming from Ontario. You see what the state is doing as I'm coming from 630 North Fern. Any venue, it's blatant stalking with a light source. The state's fake sun is both over the Fontana Lewis Library as I'm there, and then over what is the Holiday Inn in the city of Palmdale, California. But let me be clear, the sun is not over both the Fontana Lewis Library, maintaining presence directly over my head, and also while I am en route from, for example, Palmdale, California to Fontana Lewis Library, and then remaining over the venue of the Fontana Lewis Library, while simultaneously being directly, and again, it's not just over the atmosphere. The state is keeping its fake sun over a building where I am, and also aiming directed light, that which is not sunlight, it's engineered light, all right? And this is blatant provision of wealthy documentation of demons engaging in what is the pattern of conduct, okay? License monitoring with the fire department, they're pacing, these are demons. This direction is 7UKD 569. The opposite direction is the San Bernardino Fire Department going out of the exit. They're pacing. That's demonic conduct as I'm breaking it down, and the fake sun is directly over my head at 1:42 p.m. Okay? I'm capturing it directly over me, as you saw in video. I already saw it. It's directly over me through the window of the hotel at 5th Street and Park in Palmdale. Okay? You saw the signature move of the state's fake sun in alignment at that 7-Eleven at 703 East Palmdale Boulevard. And that is impossible to coexist. The state is keeping its fake sun over literally the Upland Public Library, the parking lot, over my head while I'm going to the Fontana Metrolink train station. All right. The state's fake sun is present. That's not the sun. All right. You're looking at what is that signature move, though, that swiping with directed light. That's molestation by a government with that which is not naturally occurring. The government is touching while it's stalking with this engineered light, touching your body in the same way that any other stalker would not be permitted to touch is the sexual molestation. And you're going to prosecute for that. Creating audible activity while you are molesting and stalking is sexual violence. That is the state sounding sirens while the psychopath is listening to me document for preparation of its prosecution. This is the same thing the state was doing inside of the hotel room of Holiday Inn, sounding sirens in what was directed light, as I showed you. What is the fake sun over that venue? What was the fake sun as I arrived? Understand, I am at the venue of the Holiday Inn in Palmdale, and I'm capturing what is at 2:54 p.m. and I'm showing you the direct contrast of the state's fake sun, which is out the window of this venue at 2:54 p.m. All right. Understand that 24 hours earlier, right now, it's 1:43 p.m. Where was I? We were en route to Palmdale, and the state's fake sun is nowhere near Fontana Lewis Public Library. That is not what was remaining over my head over the windshield. That's the state's light source. Creating audible activity in what is directed light, molesting my body while doing so. That's a stalker that is touching. 8LMM237. All right. And that's how you're prosecuting a government that's monitoring. And you're also prosecuting a government that's engaging in terrorism. That is terrorism while you are stalking with that which is not the sun. And upon awareness of it, it is terrorism while that environment is literally following you everywhere that you go. And doing so in such impossible manners is, in fact, the terrorism in and of itself. It is showing the desperate extent to which a government is engaging in this conduct. And it's literally demented stalking. It's demonic. All right. And this is the Fontana Police Department. This is Amazon Prime. This is the United States Postal Service out on the road on Pear Blossom Highway, delivering mail. All right. Under the fake sun. All right. That's what Amazon Prime is doing under the fake sun, which, by the way, engaging in the P.O.C. out there in Palmdale at its factory where all of those demons are congregated. The Amazon Prime in a relevant position at that venue, Amazon Prime's venue off of Palmdale. I'm sorry, not off of Palmdale, but in Palmdale while we were driving around out there under the fake sun. All right. I just want to point that out as well. This is currently 1:44 p.m. and these demons that are under the age of 18, this is demon possession by minors. creating activity. This is demon possession of the parents and their kids creating activity in this environment. This is the reality of the satanic system that's in operation while they are jointly creating activity. And law enforcement, the demon possessed that are stalking around the perimeter, stalking with peculiarized light, stalking under the fake sun. This is why the state is aiming its directed light inside of the venue. All right. And this is the implausible and impossible. This is that which is synonymous with what is demonic. All right. It is denoting that which is demonic. Stalking with light is demonic. All right. Stalking as a group is demonic. They're demons. 6UKL204, and I am revealing what is their secret, because you can't see it physically on them, is the fact that they are demon possessed. And this is the government practicing that demonic activity. All right, because the government actors themselves, who are not hiding behind any helicopter, they will be dragged into court and they're going to be prosecuted. And you need to understand that the government is practicing satanic activity because they are demon possessed. All right, engaging in criminal conduct with the people of the state. License 7RMR998. 7RMR998. And the state's fake sun at 1:45 p.m. This is P.O.C. All right, this is documentation of the demon-possessed engaging in their sexual violence at the venue of what is Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center. The state's light source is already present, so this is the engagement in what is ongoing activity creation while the people of the state, that is the demon-possessed, acting with the government that is maintaining presence by plane and helicopter, law enforcement, fire department personnel. They're all monitoring corporately with communication devices, engaging in what is their satanic criminal elements of monitoring inside of the private space. And the state's directed light is on the floor inside of the computer lab. The state's fake sun is over the venue, and it's 2:55 p.m. The group stalker, it's an African-American male. He's sitting in alignment with the bathroom, the women's bathroom at the computer lab. Directed light is on the floor. The state is aiming directed light all over me. This is how they're creating light activity on the walls around me while they are repeatedly crossing path, stalking with activity and doing so. And the ongoing activity creation inside of the bathroom stall, which I took a picture of. This is just for visual purposes of seeing where I'm at, where the state is engaging in its demented pattern of conduct inside of that private space, while the demons are engaging in the elements. But understand, federal stalking with communication devices, it is demonic activity. They are monitoring with communication devices, but this demonic activity exceeds that criminal system of monitoring with communication devices. That is the ongoing creation of the sound of a water faucet, which you're not going to hear. You're not going to hear that. This is the state's engagement in that activity creation, doing so while my legs are spread open, doing so with simultaneity to my wiping myself. This is the sexual violence that the entity engages in at every single venue in that same environment that the state is stalking with, okay? This is the sexual violence that the demon-possessed engaged in. This is the sex offender that engages in it more so as you report, as you document the fact that it is a sex offender, that it is a stalker, that it is engaging in surveillance inside of that private space. This is the impulsive audible activity of the Asian operators of the, and I'm only speaking to their race because this is the ones that, it's not that it's particularly relevant, but these are the Asian couple that maintains the cafe at the Lewis Library. The sound of what is the blender, right? Through the walls of the bathroom, okay? While my legs are spread open, while I'm using the restroom. And you need to understand vividly what the sex offender that is the state of California, that are the people of the state, okay? The fake sun maintaining presence over me in that vehicle from Palmdale to this venue. And the state's venue is present here. That's why the state's fake sun directed light and audible activity inside of that private space is ongoing. That is impossible audible activity. And that is what, with knowledge of what you are doing inside of the private space, that is bringing that demented activity inside of the private space. That is the sex offender, okay? This is another aspect of the sexual violence, the one that's molesting, the one that is stalking, the one that is engaging in the elements of monitoring while you're in that private space, also engaging in stalking in the private space. Okay, so how is the state doing it? The demon-possessed, the people of the state will enter inside of the restroom and create activity. The people of the state will be around the private space, outside of the walls and the doors, creating audible activity that the state amplifies. The state itself literally just creating artificial noise while you're inside of that private space. That's the sexual violence. Those are the elements of monitoring and how the state is doing it inside of a private space. This is Fontana Lewis. It's 2:58 p.m. And that is P.O.C. All right, it is 4:41 p.m. documenting ongoing the sex offender acting via Fontana Lewis Library, and the people of the state filling that computer lab. That's relevant positioning at the state's. This is the state's venue. The pattern of conduct is underway, and the the demon-possessed are maintaining presence around the bathroom, that's relevant positioning, while the state is engaging in creating noises through the walls of the bathroom. And that is a sexual violence inherent to the pattern of conduct while the state engages in that demented activity inside of a private space with ongoing knowledge of what you're doing inside of that private space as you're doing. This is the reality of the demonic. And this is that demonic activity. This is terrorism that is sexually perverted and predatory ongoing. And that is on the surveillance cameras, maintaining relevant position by sitting at the computers in the laptop area. In the computer lab area, and where the state is aiming its directed light in the venue where the state's fake sun is above it, while the state is engaging in its pattern of stalking with audible activity, creating the sound of an ongoing water fountain. Just like you heard on my podcast while I'm in the bathroom, the state engages in creating any sort of noise, including helicopter activity through brick and mortar. That is the West Valley Detention Center. That's what the state was doing inside of the jail. And this is the same exact P.O.C, 8PLG154. That's the same African-American male. He's sitting in his car and crossing path right now. And in the parking lot of the Upland, I'm sorry, not the Upland. They are part of the same entity, understand? I'm documenting sexual violence, and that's how you know that's not sunlight while those predators are maintaining presence in that venue. And this is where the state's fake sun is here and aiming directed light inside that venue while the demon-possessed are intentionally maintaining presence, because that's all you're doing in the state's environment. It's the demon-possessed that are maintaining presence. And that is what group stalking is. Group stalking is about the pack conduct of demons. And this happens to be a government system. So you're prosecuting a government that's engaging in criminal activity, which is by its nature demonic, and that is the terrorism by the public entity. And this is documentation of what is sexual violence at the state facilitating venue of the Fontana Lewis Library, while the state funnels in noises through the walls. And this is, again, while the state is monitoring the documentation. So you're not only prosecuting for the fact that it's a sex offender, it's a very violent sex offender based on its identity, the people of the state and the government. It's a very violent sex offender based on its knowledge of your documentation you are monitoring, and you are engaging in additional sexual violence with that ongoing knowledge. That is all that you are including with regard to the analysis of what is a violent sex offender. Okay, it's 4:44 p.m. and I'm on the surveillance cameras inside of that computer lab. And the ongoing environment remains 8MJK430 is a sex offender, okay? 6WJN584. And they are engaging in that sexual violence inside of that private space. The state's fake sun remains over. Fontana Police Department is they're a sex offender, okay? Demon-possessed sex offender engaging in that demented terrorism inside of a bathroom while your panties are down. That's a sex offender. License 7SMX634. And I'm citing Fontana Police Department because they're crossing path in the state's directed light right now. 8B26034, directed light molestation, that's a sex offender, okay? While he's driving in the shade. 6WJN584. So what's the pattern? The shade under the state's directed light, which is light activity moving under the state's light source. The shade is to the passenger side. The directed light is on the driver's side, and it molests my body while they're crossing path. That's a demon-possessed stalker. That is a molestation of your body by a stalker, okay? A demon-possessed one, that is touching. The government shall not touch. No demon-possessed stalker shall touch, okay? And then they want to touch while they're monitoring and stalking with their kids, too. These are all the facts that you're understanding are combined when you're prosecuting the public entity. 8UCY303, 7STE532, 7GBT826, 8CSY071. I'm going to get the sex offender that's engaged in sexual violence, maintaining relevant positioning in the environment, in relevant position with one who's under 18. Demon possession is not relevant to the age, okay? But this is terrorism and sexual violence while you're doing so with the government. 7ZXX511. And you're going to want to remember, because I'm going to get this video right now, 2:54 p.m. when I'm in Palmdale at the Holiday Inn. And we leave from there, and I also capture at 5:38 p.m. the state's fake sun, keeping in alignment with me in the city of Palmdale. And you're looking at the state's directed light, double shadows, while I'm capturing those demons on those grounds. And the state's fake sun is nowhere possible to be over what is the Arrow Highway, contrary to where it is right now, all right? That's the ongoing evidence against the sex offender, all right? That's the sex offender that's creeping in the bathroom, maintaining surveillance in the bathroom, and funneling noise inside while your panties are down. 73375P1. It's demonic activity, and the demonic engaging what is sexual predatory conduct, okay? It is 5PLC509. I'm gonna get that video right now. 70MPO13, 6GIS802. 6KQA559. Sex offender, crossing path with the state that's flying over in plane 7CXK841. Directed light on the curb while that demon is crossing path, driving south on on Library, approaching Arrow. Okay, directed light on the curb. It's revealing of the demon possession. You're under the state's engineered light. You are stalking. You are intentionally driving, in other words, on this street at that moment while I'm here. You're a stalker. And the state is flying over my head. The absence of coincidence. All right. These are stalkers at the Miller Amphitheater in the field with their backs to me under the state's fake sun. These are psychopaths. 8SVM538. Communication device in hand, all right? You can stare at whatever you want while you're holding your phone in your hand, because that's what they're monitoring with, and they're doing so in the state's directed light while the state's flying over my head, and that which is not the sun, because it's clearly over me in Palmdale, and that doesn't coexist with being over Fontana. That is understanding the psychopath, okay? It's 4:47 p.m. All right, I did capture video. You're looking at what is a psychopath, the demonic conduct of the people of the state, keeping their back to you. All right, and understand that's how Satan acts. Satan not only laughs as you capture very damning evidence, which it is aware of. Satan engages in keeping his back to you while he is operating through the people of the state. These are the demon possessed, 4FEG849. And Satan engages in the outward and implausible and unpersuasive conduct of stalking in the path, maintaining that presence while not talking to you, and they don't have to, okay? This is the psychopath that is engaging in stalking conduct corporately amongst the people of the state. It's demon possession. Demon possession is group conduct. It's not an individual. So in other words, 5PUX976 isn't stalking by himself, all right? That is one driving in magnified light, touching with the magnified size of the shadow of his vehicle. He's driving an engineer light, 8ELG424, and he's stalking sitting in the parking lot where the state's fake sun is over that parking lot, 6RTN027. And that demon-possessed stalker has been sitting there the entire time that I've been over here reciting P.O.C. on my podcast, and I caught the overweight Latinos that with their back to me. This group stalker has been sitting in the parking lot the whole time, waits for me to walk on the sidewalk and enter this parking lot area to cross path, to touch with light. That's what they're doing together corporately. That's what the police are doing. This is what the police are doing vicariously through these demon-possessed stalkers, the people of the state, third parties, as they are monitoring together. All right, 6RTN 027. It's 4:51 p.m. Oh, let's see. 4RKE035, directed light on the walls of the parking garage as he exits. He's on camera, group stalking inside of the library as well. License 8SMX505. I don't see no more. And they're closing the garages of the parking garage of the Fontana Lewis Library as that group stalker that is anticipating my arrival, because I walked through the garage the other day and I documented the license plates inside of the Fontana Lewis Public Library. And so anticipating my going in that direction, the group stalker is lurking in the darkness, crosses path, directed light on the wall. That's impossible light activity while you're driving underneath a light source, but that's the state's engineered light, okay? Doing so, stalking in the path, all right? And closing the garage door behind that group stalker, okay? Like he has a garage clicker, like he is with simultaneity to the garage closing. He's exiting as I am walking toward that direction. I just want to point that out. It is 4:52 p.m. LABLU 1. That's called criminal obstruction of justice while engaging in sexual violence, engaging in stalking, because that's exactly what you're doing in the state's environment. Fontana Lewis Library has no constitutional right. They have no constitutional grounds for any argument whatsoever, but this is how it works when you're prosecuting the public entity who is stalking and monitoring through you. And that's what's happening when you're in the environment and when you're facilitating the ongoing perpetuation of that environment. 5R40770. And that is the prosecution of any company. And this is based on the conduct. The government utilizes the people. It's acting vicariously through the people using their companies, using their vehicles in order to engage in the state's criminal elements of monitoring while they're engaging in what is the exact same sexual violence. No company is going to be in any way immune to prosecution for that. It's going to be even that much more intense. And that is speaking to what is understood as companies engaging in what is commercial actors with regard to the state's pattern of conduct, where you may drain the pockets of those engaging in terrorism and engaging in the state's pattern of conduct, you're a sex offender. And that's exactly what those commercial actors shall be identified as and prosecuted as. And they're not avoiding prosecution by facilitation with the government in that regard. It's speaking to the malice, the psychopath that is operating over the people of the state. Understand, driving an Amazon Prime vehicle, you're talking about a demon-possessed stalker who was operating a vehicle with a brand name on it. All right? It's still being operated by the people of the state. And no company organization is going to avoid being identified in that 7WWJ 256. PATCGRN 8WMB270 8BQW 807 7RKS 646 7KXC 826 8XVP 539 6BRR 301. And where is the state's fake sun right now? All right, this is going toward the prosecution of the entire entity, but I can draw from any example. How about we do the one where I'm capturing the city of Fontana, group stalking at the Fontana Lewis Library. And what is their form? While they're stalking with peculiarized light under the fake sun that's directly over me at the intersection of Lerner and Sierra. And you have what is the state's light source is, and this is in the morning as I'm approaching the venue. Right now, the state's fake sun is on the opposite side of the same street. Okay? License 8ZKE271. And that is impossible, by the way, to coexist with being anywhere in Palmdale, let alone over my head and in perfect alignment with me. All right? And you're looking at what are the signature moves with what is directed light and not sunlight. All right? This is the state going nowhere with its light source. Because the state's not going nowhere because it's a stalker. All right? 8CGN216 is a stalker. That's the P.O.C. 85243D2. .383PL CGB 9130 366GF handicap 5CIE 217 8LXV 013 6LYJ 776 5R71 072 7XXC 458 7ADH 857 7BWC 090 6ZYZ 446 7ATE 578 7TRB 775 8XEJ 053 ABEATL and the heart character, shape of a heart. 8AXE577. This is the parking lot of Fontana Chamber of Commerce, by the way. 23492K2. 7KEN465. 6ZNK762. HISINGR. 7JSM559. 8LGT525. 8JUH945. 7PTP785. 8GJD871. 7RXU000. 7CJR887. 5TLR810, 849P28 Nevada, 5VXT979, 8NGF116, 8ELX522, 7UJU994, 8KJS601, 8CIC207, 7V48090, 8WKG867, 7SYC966, 6ZPB977, 8UJY530, 7EGH744, 6LVZ057, 4ZTZ077, 6ZNK762, 7KEN465, 7PBR350. It's 4:57 p.m. And I want to make sure I specify the Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center closes at 5 p.m. today on Sunday. So just want to make sure I document all those details, which would not be a mystery, but I'm just going to make sure I document it right now, today, at 4:58 p.m. on October 24, 2021. All right, in the same way that you're not hearing the actual Metrolink train at Sierra and Arrow Boulevard, you're not hearing water cycling through the bathroom walls. You are not hearing the cafe using a blender, all right? This is the state engaging in the stalking with noise, keeping you surrounded with noise, while it is also keeping you surrounded with third parties in the state, while it is keeping you surrounded with its engineered light. It's the practicing of satanic activity while federal stalking is underway. 5ENV430. And doing it through what is Metrolink train. The shadow of these vehicles are moving ahead of the cars. 36424E1. These are absolutely demented stalkers. These are demons. 6GPM068. DT152 handicap. That's the terrorism, all right? And this one, I'm pointing out every aspect of the environment that the state is creating while engaging in stalking. 8XIU022. There we go. 8UZA672. 8UAW. 8UAW091. 4SXF199, excuse me. Make sure I got that one right. I'm at Sierra Avenue and Arrow Boulevard. 7B97799. 8MGB321. And like I said, here's another common sense aspect where I am documenting at the Sierra at the 17251, I believe. I documented the precise address. This is the Walmart on Foothill Boulevard in Fontana. And the state's fake sun is directly over me while I'm at that. And you're looking at what are the demon-possessed stalking around the vehicle with light. This is keeping you surrounded. And you have what is also the state's fake sun directly over the Arco. That's off of Sierra Avenue. And this is while I am not at the library. And understand the state's fake sun is captured remaining over my head, where I am in an entirely different direction, while I'm at the same time that I captured this morning, where the state's fake sun is over me at the Arco, at the Walmart, coming down what is Sierra Avenue in the city of Fontana. You have what is the state's documented presence of its fake sun over me while I'm on the Omnitrans bus, driving both the 61 route and the 66 route, which is an entirely different direction from, and absolutely distinct and impossible to coexist, would not be directly over my head in perfect alignment with me over my head. This is the stalking conduct with light by the state. At the same time, I'm also already at this Fontana Lewis Library and Technology Center. At this time, I'm also in the city of Ontario at the Upland Public Library. All right, and this is what you're looking at while the state is keeping its fake sun over me at that Arco, at that Walmart. All right, and the people of the state are maintaining presence and they are maintaining activity while they are moving around. They're cockroaches, they're demons that are acting in that environment together with the government. All right, and that's exactly what the police, law enforcement is engaging in. The sheriff's department and the police department. 7YNJ734, 8G55230, 8WGE950, 54469F2. But above all else, what you're looking at, again, this will never, ever, and this is showing what is a psychopath. A psychopath. Besides engaging in repeated acts of kidnapping, besides engaging in what is theft of all of my property that I own upon my initiating civil litigation against the state. And they thought stealing my car and stealing everything I own was going to stop me and shut me up. And I documented that. I'm going to prosecute the civil courts, Thomas Garza. I'm going to prosecute Barry Plotkin and Lynn Ponson, all right? 8PGK197. They're engaging in the state's P.O.C. And depriving which is legal relief while they are monitoring in that court, which is nothing but a venue under the fake sun where the state was flying over my head and playing in helicopter. All right, that's the pattern of conduct, obstruction of justice. That's the civil courts and documenting the obstruction of justice in the criminal courts. They're nothing but venues. That's why the fake sun goes over the Rancho Cucamonga Superior Court. It's a venue. Demonic actors are present. All right. This is demonic activity, and it is public corruption by the entirety of the government. 8WRS150, 6DED359. And you have what is going to this Lancaster /Palmdale, Los Angeles County, where I have already documented the Los Angeles Sheriff's Department, not only based on when I was working in Los Angeles, I have
ongoing documentation of stalking by the Los Angeles Police Department, when I started specifically documenting it, look at October 16th, 2018, the Los Angeles Police Department, Officer Umana, and look at the directed light that is all around the vehicle on the buildings, and you're looking at it moving as I am documenting frame to frame. That's not sunlight, that's on the buildings in Los Angeles, in downtown LA. All right, and with knowledge, while stalking, engaging in what is harassment. This is what Fontana police do. They're stalking with the people and engaging in what is harassment while you don't even have any reasonable suspicion you're stalking. All right, and you're a demon-possessed stalker that is engaging in fictitious authority. You don't have any authority. And Officer Umana of the Los Angeles Police Department, he knew exactly when I didn't have my seatbelt on. This is a demon-possessed stalker. He knew exactly when I didn't have my my seatbelt on. All right, but understand, I had put my seatbelt on, but I had already noticed the stalking conduct, and at that time I wasn't calling it stalking, but I'm noticing all of a sudden the police are everywhere that I am at. I mean everywhere. When I stop at the 7-Eleven, police are there. All right, and if they're not at the 7-Eleven, they're across the street doing a traffic stop, or they're just sitting on the side of a parking lot. They're always there. So I'm noticing this, and while I am noticing this, Officer Umana, who's talking about you didn't have your seatbelt on, and it's impossible for him to have been able to see that. And so this is layering on what I'm already noticing about law enforcement, in addition to the knowledge that he did not reasonably have, in addition to his disdain for conducting an actual valid investigation. He refuses to approach the window and actually look at whether I have my seatbelt on, as opposed to actually erroneously accusing me of not wearing my seatbelt. And this is after the absence of any coincidence. I actually did not have on my seatbelt at a different intersection. So I am noticing, wait, I actually did not have I have on my seatbelt when he stops me, but I did not have on my seatbelt, but this is blocks away. This is before I ever encountered him. He already knew I didn't have my seatbelt on. All right. And he is engaging in what is the knowledge that he already knows and exercising fictitious authority. You do not have any reasonable suspicion. You do not have any probable cause. You are monitoring, you're stalking, and you're a demon-possessed stalker. This is the sex offender. This is the kidnapper. This is the thief. This is the stalker, while they're engaging in fictitious exercise of authority. That's what law enforcement is doing. All right. While they are operating in this system. Okay, and this is obstruction of justice as I begin documenting it. Pay attention to the documentation of that traffic stop, which was P.O.C. Under the fake sun. Directed light is on the buildings. Directed light is on the roads in downtown LA. All right, and this is what the state has been doing for years. Okay, and so you have what is, and also I'm capturing this on May 23rd, 2018. The fake sun is directly over my head. With the Upland Police Department, the fake sun is directly over my apartment, and the state is sounding helicopter activity over my head. I captured all that. This is before I moved away from the third party who was living in my home, where I was subject to federal stalking, unbeknownst to me. Okay, this is exactly the same pattern of conduct, and I am revealing what is now criminal activity by government, as it is practicing satanic activity, and that shall be prosecuted as what is terrorism. Psychopaths surround. Psychopaths is the clinical term for what is the demon possessed. Right? You have what is an entire system that is now fully exposed, and I am also telling simultaneously what is the secret, which is demon possession. Okay? And that is speaking to the environment, that is speaking to the behavioral pattern, that is speaking to the stalking conduct by a group. All right? It is 5:06 p.m. and I'm going to continue documenting license plates, but I want to make sure I give that context, because you're speaking to what is the incredible stalking conduct while the government is providing, and what it is doing is fully exposed. All right. It is aiding and understanding the necessity of very, very intense legislation to handle commercial actors, to handle government actors, and to handle third parties that are the people of the state. All right. It's 5:07 p.m. This is P.O.C. All right, state's fake sun in alignment with me at Valencia Avenue and Sierra Avenue, where I am present right now, and they are patrolling in traffic. All right, this is the people of the state engaging in stalking at a traffic light, just like they were en route from Palmdale back to San Bernardino County. You're stalking in the path while the state was maintaining that environment. That is letting you know exactly what is going on with everyone around you. All right, and it is also in speaking to what is demon possession. The demonic environment is here. The demonic activity is ongoing. 23141G3, 8UHZ955, BL78C24, 7HOE705, BE09. I can't really see it. I want to say 356, but I can't really see it. It's a paper plate. 8XT TN 981, 8HBP 927. These are demons on foot, demons in vehicles, demons in the venues that surround, demons flying above, okay? P.O.C. 82237T1. 8CDZ089, 6TDR441, 8KIW235, 8AIV001, 8DXV460, 8KIW235, 8XDE163, 2349UG3, 7JEP690, 7KZX829, 68093T1, 7SAIS 931, 888J23, that's Nevada. I think I'm sorry, 6PSV 170, and I think I read that one already. 5SOD 156. Eight BHJ 183, 66727X1, 5DBV 771. Seven BPS 890. That's amplified audible activity while the demons are progressing north up Sierra Avenue in directed light. They're on the northbound side of Sierra. Here comes 7TKF579, BP58D14 paper. Eight VDG 767, 4NKR 233, 8MNN 958, 6KAW 102, 8CZY 915, 7VCR 384, 8JOX 192, 7UVK 184, BEDA 607, 8HSPO17, 19354Y1, 1469058. It's Omnitrans bus 1311. State's Fake Sun meeting at Orange Way and Sierra, right in alignment. All right, stalking at the traffic light, license plate 1535601. Stalking with peculiarized light, that's Omnitrans. 5YLA, I can't see the rest of them. And 1535601 is bus number 1347. 7JAW 997. 8BMM 163. It's 5:12 p.m. I am on the grounds of the Fontana Metrolink train station, 7ZIE 165. What time is it? Bus number 1326, license 1370397. It's 5:13 p.m. P.O.C. on the venue of the Omnitrans Route 61 and harassment by the entity that is monitoring on the bus of Route 61. And this is the pettiness of the entity, but understand its audible activity representing the government while the criminal pattern of conduct is underway, and sexual violence, all right? And you have what is engaging in hostility and aggression. That's a terrorizing threat while you're acting on behalf of the state. This is Route 61. It's currently 5:22 p.m. and all actors are actually on the venue of on the bus on camera. All right, it is 5:22. This is P.O.C. leaving the Fontana Metrolink train station. 99245Y2 8NJV 104 8WPK 077 95736 V2.
Stop requested. If possible, please use rear doors.
Si posible. Favor cruzar la puerta trasera.
It's 5:23 p.m. The third party at sitting in relevant position across from me in the white shirt gets off on the bus. Gets off of the bus, I'm sorry. They're only riding to maintain presence. The venue is present. This is P.O.C. And you have what is Satan, that is hostile, engaging in harassment while I'm documenting, okay? That's how demons conduct themselves. It's P.O.C. (06196T2) 7GJA 032.
Apollo Street.
This is 8LXF 522 at Randall Avenue and Sierra Avenue. 8PDJ 273. 2659 J03, but I can't really see that on the board. 55418. Oh, I can't really see that one. You can scratch that. It's 5:25 p.m. Proceeding on Sierra Avenue, going south on Sierra Avenue. GUMMMO.
Holly Street.
At San Bernardino Avenue and Sierra. It's 5:26 p.m. 7SBB 545 5TCP. I can't see that one. 8TQS 277. Five HDV 417. 24601 M2 6. Let me see. I can't really see that one. I can't see that one. 268 MCN. Looks like an Oregon plate. Eight VYH 287. Eight NZU 283. 5C788. I can't see the rest of that one though.
6 FCR 178. At what is Juniper Avenue and Mallory Drive at 5:29 p.m. Zero two. Oh, I can't see that one. 8 SUK 764. Two 2169281. P56053. Five JHO. Oh, I can't really see that one. 7 HHS 706. 8 WWT 109. At San Bernardino Avenue in Juniper at 5:31 p.m. Clever. 8 HGF 023. That's funny. Eight WWE 340. 5 TUE 655. 6 NLA 840. 8 HBP 106. 6 VWE 467.
Cypress Avenue.
7 BMX 831, I believe. Can't really see that one. 8 LWX 740, I believe. DANNAZ. This is audible activity. 6 ZOT 874. That's the same one that was engaging in harassing me. Understand they're third parties monitoring together. It's audible activity under the fake sun in directed light. And the entity also engages in that conduct. It's called form to suggest that they're not targeting me. And so they engage in what is, understand, creation of activity amongst each other. And the entity engaged in this conduct also inside of the jails. Third parties would fight each other and create loud noise in the same environment, okay? Do not be deceived. They're demons. And it's P.O.C. It's 5:33 p.m. License 7ZXK113. Oh, and by the way, let me remind you, engagement in some, whether you want to call it genuine or artificial, conflict with another third party is nothing but activity creation, period. 6 HUN 703, and there is nothing that is deviating from that. It's the P.O.C. regardless, okay? You can have third parties that engage in a fist fight together. They're creating activity in the environment, and it is P.O.C.
And it is in no way suggesting that the targeted individual that's being monitored, where the elements are being maintained, that it's not ongoing. I just want to point that out as well. Anyway, 7VWB 947, 7VCA 299, 8P10243. Oops, sorry. Let's see, 5AKH628. It's 5:35 p.m. 6VNA 878. I can't really see it though. 5VPN 129, I believe. 8YCE 893. 7BMX 831. I think that's what I said. That's the correct plate. At what is Elm Avenue / Fontana Avenue and San Bernardino Avenue. RJR 403. At Fremontia 7VOP 788. NQH 768. At Hemlock and San Bernardino Avenue at 5:37 p.m. Let's see, 6YUP 646. It is 5:38 p.m. and I did capture video of the state keeping its fake sun in alignment with me through the windshield of the Route 61 bus. And in the background you can hear the audible activity of the entity in the state's environment, voicing what is hostility. That's terrorism while the P.O.C. is underway, hostility to documentation. And this is the demonic, all right? This is how demons behave. At Cherry Avenue and San Bernardino Avenue at 5:39 p.m. 8KVB 417. 410273, 42122K1, I believe, but I can't really see it. It's Spectrum. I understand the entirety of the entity is engaging in terrorism together in the same way they're engaging in sexual violence together. All right? There's no separation. You're engaging with the state. You are one and the same. They're holding heads, engaging in group conduct. It's a practicing of what is satanic, and the group is acting together. So all of the entity is on the bus uttering that terrorizing speech while you're monitoring me with the government. That's P.O.C. It's 5:39 p.m. And again, where are we at? San Bernardino Avenue and Calabash. This is the street where the state's keeping its fake sun in alignment with me on San Bernardino Avenue. Precisely through the windshield of the vehicle. Passing Prologis Drive and San Bernardino Avenue. It is 5:40 p.m. Okay. In the state doing the same thing, swiping directed light across while they're opening and closing the rubber-bound doors. And the directed light is the state that's aiming that light. All right, this is P.O.C, and that's exactly what the state was doing at that 7-Eleven in the city of Palmdale. And that's not the sun. Maintaining that perfect alignment with me at the same time 24 hours ago in Los Angeles County and in San Bernardino County. That's the sex offender and engaging in terrorism. It's P.O.C. (845) N15, that's Nevada. (4CZY 598). I'm also going to give another vivid example of the psychopath and the sex offender and the stalker acting via omnitrend that's swiping impossible light around me while they're opening and closing their door, which is intentional conduct. All right, that's terrorism. And the way your speech is effective terrorism, and the way your stalking conduct as a group is terrorism. You have what is the maintenance of the state's fake sun in alignment with Spring Street while I'm still inside of the Fontana Lewis Library. I'm on San Bernardino Avenue at Prologis Drive, where they're opening and closing this bus door of Route 61 and swiping light all around while doing so. Not only is this ridiculous and impossible light activity, you're going to remember everywhere that I'm at the same time, and it's clearly not the sun. That's not sunlight. It's the signature of the state, and you're getting to what is the deliberate engagement in that terrifying activity while you're monitoring, practicing satanic conduct. That's a company omnitrends. It's P.O.C. It's 5:43 p.m. And that goes without saying, Upland Public Library, etc., etc. Let's see, 6THF 473, passing Barrington and San Bernardino Avenue. All right, you should have a very clear understanding, if you did not already, by the ongoing demonic conduct of Omnitrans, Metrolink, and the people of the state with the government, with the 12 videos of helicopter activity where the state is stalking from Fontana, flying over repeatedly in what is unnatural light, and following to literally 630 North Fern Avenue in Ontario. All right, and so you're just understanding what is an unmistakable POC.
Route 61, Airport Terminal, Pomona.
Federal law requires masks on board, and it stops. No mask, no ride.
At Santa Anita and San Bernardino. I'm sorry, Santa Anita and 4th Street. San Bernardino turns into 4th Street.
6 VPA 838. BGKU 244. A directed light is underneath the bridge, approaching, what is this, 4th Street and the 15 exit. Under that bridge, directed light. That's impossible light activity, by the way. 5 JLD 685. Eight ETU 445. 7 ZXH. I can't see the rest of that one. 8B 72828. 8 GKU 24. All right, you can start this one. 8 REF 843, I believe. And let me see. 02417L2. 8 MAT 557. 7 FWR 143. 8 SXM 448. I believe I read that one already though.
August 28th, you receive an extra $50 bonus coupon on your plasma donation. That means you can earn up to $750.
21397V2. KBALLRD 7 TGN 551. And I did take a picture at 5:48 p.m. showing you what is the state keeping its light source in alignment with me through the windshield while I'm on 4th Street at the Ontario Mills. 8 GKU 244. I read that one. 7 KSD 987. LPK 0647. A030J03 paper. 8 UYs U044. 7 RIX 402. 8 GGR 462. 6 EDE 458. 5 SKJ 051. 8 LAG 117. 8 XAG 397. I can't see that one. 8 HGN 961. It's 549. 6 NPY 423. 85892T2. 8 TWG 777, I think. 8 TXV 773. 7 DIS 093. 8 HZH 388. 8 CYK 172. They're all sitting in directed light at the intersection of 4th and Milliken. Ontario Mills is monitoring. Just want to be clear, the state is keeping its fake sun in aligned with me through the windshield. That's called sitting in alignment with light and touching the buildings, all the buildings around with directed light. This is the same tactic that you're seeing at that Palmdale Marketplace. You have what is let me get this license plate. 7 RHE 966. The state engaging in the same tactic in Palmdale. Aiming it on the buildings inside of that plaza, and you're looking at what's supposed to be the sun setting in the distance. That's the state's light source in alignment with me. All right. This is nothing but audible activity and the passive aggressive stalking and the symbolic threatening conduct of the third parties. These are demons. It is 5:52 p.m.
Anyway, keep that to yourself, man. Keep religion to yourself. I don't want to hear about that.
Let's see. 7 KZK 750. LPK. I can't really see the rest of that one.
8XOR011. 8FBB755. The state amplifying audible activity while that one speeds by. Alright, that's noise you're not going to actually hear. It's audible activity. AUYT019. LPK0647. There we go. And everything that you hear in the background is audible activity. Ongoing is deliberate in the environment, and you prosecute for that. There is no idle word speaking, no idle noise occurring, no idle presence. CR77942. 6PVX494, 6MUT108, V362HO, 21770W2, 8BMN2324, I believe, 8GQH971, 8SQH003, 7CKB, I can't see that one, 8W86794, 7F42542. I'm sorry, 47644Y2, I believe. Seven LNJ. I can't see the rest of them. 21770N2. I believe I might have read that one already though. At Inland Empire and Milliken, I believe. Yeah. RSV187, 62DJ822, I believe. And 7, I can't see that one. Let's see. 8SCM204. I think I already got this one. 8BVB600. Eight SXL461, 7YAC320, 7YHJ702, 8URE081, 6ZMU229, 8KBU479, 7YGA295, 8JUC073, 8ULW080, 7L34023, 7202000, 8DG0772, 7TLV367, 8COA215, 6TGZ279, 8TBE857, I would. I want to see the 8JHN814, 7UVU204, 7AYV806.
Center, service to routes 61, 81, 82, 290, and RDA.
It is 5:57 p.m. at the Ontario Mills bus stop.
Route 61, Airport Terminal, Leona.
7YGX828.
Where the airport at? It's about 15 minutes away.
7, I can't really see that one. Seven FQC 829, 4ZEH 511.
cheaper than I don't get nobody done. Oh, you're severely underplaying your sense of perception, sir. I've only got 2 chickens.
53738V1 8ERW532 7FKS263 8RCP637 7YIY027 8TAC587 7RWE293 BT10J81 paper. Seven VST 336 L213KO 8TWG118 6KFG. I can't really see that one. It is 6 p.m. on the dot. 60838C3 6KVK 362 7EK. I can't really see that one. 8KIC 587 459RN handicap. Seven JXW. I can't see the rest of them. On Inland Empire now. Inland Empire Drive. At 6:02 p.m. Passing Ferrari. VGD 264 8MPG 691 8 let me see 5FFD 631 J584DL 8MQV 218. Can't really see that one. Passing Haven and Inland Empire Boulevard. RZN 298, I believe. At Archibald at Inland Empire at 6:06 p.m. 8 WDW 952. Ontario Police at the intersection of Inland Empire and Archibald at 6:07 p.m. SNG 138. B2M2143. That looks like Arizona. 8 RBL. I can't really see that one. 7ZGU 030. 7WUM 747. 8BID 494. 6ABT 173, I believe, stalking with light on the side of the Inland Empire with their hazards on. And Omnitrans honks. Understand that's audible activity and peculiarized light. They're monitoring together. Okay. It is 6:11 p.m. ABT 713 now crossing path, stalking on Inland Empire with peculiarized light, now crossing path on the bus. License 8 RZM 480. But let me be clear, maintaining stationary presence on the street with peculiarized light is also crossing path. That is stalking in the path, and as I am in motion passing by, that's still crossing path. All right. Just want to be clear. This one is in motion now, moving its vehicle, crossing path again. That's what I'm specifying. 83460E3. BR59F81 paper. At the Ontario Airport, this is P.O.C. It's 6:12 p.m. 8 NOA 941. Eight LLZ 819. KingLimo.com. This is a charter bus, stuck with peculiarized light in the airport driveway. This is again King Limo, KINGLIMO.
Route 61, Pomona.
It's 6:13 p.m. All right, as the bus stops and lets on third parties who are engaging and waiting for it, they're citing what a fontana. So this is the wrong bus. What are you focusing on? The elements. As they get on the bus, they're engaging in relevant positioning. The lights on the bus come on. This is light activity. And this is also King Limo is creating peculiarized light. Ontario Police is group stalking on the same grounds in alignment to the bus where it stops at that bus stop. Okay, it's 6:14 p.m. And this is the ongoing pattern of conduct. Everything that is ongoing is serving the elements. All right, everything. That's why you're stalking with an environment.
Ontario Police group stalking on the opposite side, and this is 8SCE. Monitoring. I can't see the rest of that license plate. Let me see. 8SCE 855, monitoring with the Ontario Police. It's on the opposite side of the bus. All right, driving through the area where the gates are, and then Ontario Police are on the driver's side of the bus, and they are together engaging in monitoring together. That's the demons acting together, one in a police vehicle and another in a third-party vehicle. That's 8SEC 855. That's concerted activity. The Ontario Police vehicle that was used is a white pickup truck, license 8NQA 941. MXC 622. Eight FLW 709. 3864 1W1. Eight TQP 191. It's 6:16 p.m. YJG051. I believe I read that one at Vineyard and Hope Boulevard at 6:19 p.m. Stalking with activity 8WBX 256 00774M2 50611E3 7LJV478 going west on Hope Boulevard. It's currently 6:21 p.m. XDJ155 7DIR621 8YXR222 at Grove and Holt Boulevard.
8KIY 446. JHF 514.
Campus Avenue.
FZA 901, BE74E58 paper at campus and Hope Boulevard at 6:24 p.m. 5AUU 214. Approaching Sultana on Hope Boulevard. 8S11879.
Ontario Civic Center Transfer Station connecting to Route 61 and 83.
It's 6:25 p.m. All right, that is bus number 1326, license 1370397. It's 6:26 p.m. and the state is stalking via helicopter at the intersection of Holt and Euclid, which I'm looking at through the windshield of the bus as I'm getting off of it. Okay, this is P.O.C. It is 6:26 p.m. All right, license 8NUI 588, 8MTR 749. One of the things I'm going to point out is the show of aggression by the demonic. Okay, the third-party group stalker, and understand you have one that is engaging in this show of aggression. You have one that is acting on behalf of the entity. All right, they are one demonic entity. It is acting in concert with one public entity. The people of the state are in the shoes of the government. Okay, this is the government that's on the bus. This is the government that's in the bathroom. This is the government that's in the grocery store, in the neighborhood Starbucks. The government is stalking vicariously through the people, and this is demonic activity that is surrounding. They're demon possessed. Okay, that's what is animating the state while it's flying in circles and pacing back and forth in the sky in airplanes and helicopters. This is demonic activity. I want to be clear. The conduct of the demonic. This is fury at exposing its demonic system and the criminal conduct and identification of those specific actors. And 8XQZ700, they're monitoring with the state that's stalking by helicopter right now. I want to be clear and make sure I provide context. This is obstruction of justice. That's how you're prosecuting that. While they're engaging in terrorism, okay, and stalking and all manner of sexual violence, okay, and in the same way that you witness what is the excess of 12 videos of the state stalking with helicopter, all right, that is egregious terrorism by the government, engaging in the demonic 7VBY774. That's a show of aggression. Okay, that's the demonic showing its fury. This third party that's on the bus, this is a male. This is the cowardice of the demonic entity, by the way, okay? This male cuts in line in front of me. And I really don't particularly care, but of course, understand you're talking about 8ULD154. I'm going to get on the bus, but understand what the demonic is engaging in. I'm also going to address, excuse me, I was in line, which I understand. I know the psychopath I'm dealing with. They're soliciting conflict. All right. This is hostility. This is harassment. This is the government. And this is the psychopath. This is the demonic that I'm dealing with. All right. This is the same entity that laughs as it is being documented, knowing that it's not funny. This is the reality of how the entity feels. It is very hostile to it. And this is the soliciting of some sort of confrontation, while this male that is acting exceedingly aggressive, 8SEL414, who is monitoring me and stalking me in the state's directed light under the fake sun with Omnitrans,
all right, at the same venue where the state was flying over my head repeatedly in helicopter. Their shadows are enlarged, and he's jumping in front of line. You're first of all, you're a stalker, all right, and then you're engaging in what is harassment. And this is the breakdown of the demons that I'm dealing with, of what they are doing. And I want to be clear, it's a show of aggression. In the same way that the state was flying over my head repeatedly in helicopter, it's a show of aggression, all right? In the same way as the state engages in molestation with light, and it's, ridiculously implausible manner, swiping it across on the bus while they're opening and closing the black rubber-bound doors under that which is clearly not the sun. All right, and doing so while the state is aiming its fake sun on the venue of the bus, all right, to molest me, and then molesting with light. That's you got a light show on the bus. This is a show of aggression also, all right? And understand that conduct. Engaging in the sites of the helicopter activity while I'm getting off of the bus, this is how the demonic engage in their show of aggression. So I want to make sure I point that out, as they are literally counting and aware of every single third party that I document. I am merely identifying those that are psychopaths, that are sex offenders. They're engaging in criminal conduct in concert with the government, and they are demon possessed. I am revealing their condition, all right? I am revealing what is the secret. The fact that these are the demon possessed, all right? It's no longer a secret, and I want to be clear about that. That is inciting tremendous fury while you are speaking that. Understand, someone who is demon possessed that's not something at all that is desired to be known. And like I said from the outset, it is a dual purpose. I'm going to prosecute. I'm going to show you, which you are witnessing with your own eyes and ears, what is the pattern of conduct of federal stalking. The pattern of conduct itself is a practicing of what is satanic activity. And it is also that when you're understanding the pattern of conduct, you're understanding all the ways in which that entity is engaging in violation of the person. Sexual violation, all right, engaging in violation of your rights, violation of your property, violation of your constitutional rights in a court of law, engaging in every method of violation that you can fathom and which you cannot fathom. And it is that which is satanic activity. It is that which is criminal conduct. And that satanic activity is prosecuted as terrorism. It's entirely demented. It is intended to terrify someone. And it is that which is designed to intimidate, to silence, all right? In other words, obstruct justice. But we're not doing that. We're going to prosecute and show what is the creation of necessarily brutally intense legislation. Okay, the government has absolutely no business engaging in this whatsoever, and the government that does shall be fiercely prosecuted and publicized. Literally on the world stage, shown as engaging in what is terrorism and criminal activity. Literally the harm to society, in American society, and this is the reality, and that secret needs to be known. It needs to be known that this system is demonic at its core. So it is the making known that which is the condition of not only the government system, but the people of that state. All right. This is not your ordinary criminal system. This system, where it is in operation by the demon possessed. Okay. It is currently 6:32 p.m. P.O.C. 00912M2, molesting with directed light. And as that demon-possessed stalker drives by on Lemon and Holt, my two shadows, all right, and understand I only have one, but there are two shadows that are projected onto the asphalt in front of me on the sidewalk. This is being molested with directed light while this demon-possessed stalker is crossing path and molesting with light intentionally so, okay? It's demonic activity, and it's also sexual violence while you're stalking with the government. It's 6:33 p.m. 8 TSD 517, 7 DWA 999, 7 ZTM 022. Molesting with light, stalking in the path in the parking lot, license. She ain't got no license. AL56E10. This is a stalker that knows they're being documented. This is Ontario Village, the entire plaza, okay? 8WYW569. That's a psychopath you're dealing with. 7NQ. U614, 6WY8893, 8XYB296. They're all in direct light. They're all active with the state. That demon is not escaping anything. 7PGZ327. That's P.O.C. That's a stalker, though. Let me be clear. That's a predator. Waiting for you to approach, turns on the headlights, molesting with the light, and then drives off with no license plate on that old Altima. P.O.C. Entering Stater Brothers. They're all monitoring together. That's just an example of the mental state that you're dealing with when you're dealing with the demonic that's engaging in this system. It's 6:47 p.m. All right, in direct light in the Ontario Village Shopping Center parking lot, 5 GMW 163, 31578K2, 7ZTR 817, 8 AAK 091, 8 BT08M30 paper, ELRA 94. That's an Arizona plate, but it's black and white. 8 XDX 621. 8 KLU 415, 8 BBA 981, 8 PNW 920, 8 GCC 213, 6 RKZ 754, 8 DMJ 473, 8 IDY 916. That one's molesting. 6 ZXE 069, 5 YYV 442, 6 PHB 219. All right, and understand they're one entity engaging in that sort of ambush-like conduct of molestation because they want to monitor and touch you with light. 80184V1, they're one entity. Okay, 8VCS 326. State's flying over an airplane. I'll get that right now. All right, I took a picture of that, and the state is flying over. Director Light is present. That's a demon creating audible activity in directed light. That's a demon flying over my head in an airplane. All right, that's P.O.C. It is 7:06 p.m. Tracy Banks' shadow is in front and behind her. That's not insanity crazy. That's a demon. Okay, P.O.C. It's 7:06 p.m. at Ontario Village Shopping Center. Okay, Ontario PD is group stalking using their vehicle lights in alignment on Vine. Pizza Hut is stalking with peculiarized light on Vine. I'm sorry, Ontario's on G Street. 8MZ-M591, 7RXM767, 23433T2, 4MZP823, 5WBG414, 7FZH549. This is 7-Eleven at 636 North Vine. And that's P.O.C. 7:15 p.m. All right, let me clarify the pattern of conduct. As I am en route to the 7-Eleven located at 636 North Vine, the Ontario Police, which rapidly arrive, and understand these are, the lights are, they appear as vehicle lights. This is the red and blue lights that are clearly in alignment on what is Vine Avenue, okay? So we are exiting out of the venue of Woodside Senior Apartments after having entered and after having driven north up Vine Avenue, where Ontario PD were not visibly present, okay? And then you have what is upon entering the venue and then exiting immediately to go back to 7-Eleven real quick. Ontario Police is present. These are police lights that are in alignment on Vine Avenue while going from the venue on what is Vine, exiting Woodside Senior Apartments, the venue from the Vine Avenue Street. And so we're driving, that is south on Vine. Ontario Police are in alignment. These are police lights on Vine Avenue, and then going to what is the venue of 7-Eleven. As I exit, Pizza Hut is stalking with peculiarized light at the address of the apartments that are right there at the corner of G Street and Vine Avenue. And I said Vine, it is on Vine. It's right there at the intersection. That's what I'm taking a picture of, in alignment to the store. All right. Diagonally at that same intersection, Pizza Hut is present with hazard lights on, parked on the sidewalk. This is the same stalking with light conduct by the people. The police engaging in stalking with light using their police lights. And this is in alignment in directed light. This is the ongoing system in operation. And that is what I'm documenting at 7:15. So I want to clarify. Ontario Police in alignment on Vine Avenue, headed south. All right. While we are headed south, those police lights in alignment, maintaining presence while I'm inside of the venue. The police are monitoring. That's criminal facilitation. That's also the terrorizing threat. You have what is the people utilizing third-party Pizza Hut, who's creating peculiarized light, okay, while the people and the state are patrolling all around, all right? And that is Pizza Hut at the intersection of G Street and Vine. And that is P.O.C. All right, it is currently 11:49 p.m., and it is still Sunday, October
24th, 2021. And I just want to document the state's pattern of conduct, which is ceaselessly underway. I just want to make sure I document specifically what the state engaged in for purposes of what is obstruction of justice, engaging in the ongoing elements of monitoring, engaging in what is terrorism as this satanic conduct, which is accomplishing monitoring with communication devices as well, is underway. And so while I'm using the internet on my phone, okay, this is monitoring on communication device, the state begins flight repeatedly engaged in flying over the vehicle by helicopter, and doing so, acting in concert with the people of the state who are crossing path and understand directed light is not only inside of the vehicle. The state is aiming its directed light that I have shown you in hundreds of videos, that the state is aiming onto buildings and sidewalks and all around the state and onto my person. The state is touching all over my body with this directed light, while the people of the state are, these cockroaches, the demon possessed, are stalking outside of the car, driving by, engaging in monitoring conduct, obstructing my ability to upload the 3 videos that I documented upon exit of the Fontana Lewis Library today, October 24, 2021, as I exited after 4 p.m. as I was at the Fontana Metrolink at, I believe, 5:16 p.m. and the capture on the bus, which is the venue of Omnitrans, at 5:38 p.m. where I was making the direct contrast to 5:38 p.m. where I am at the 7-Eleven in Palmdale, California at 5:38, and the state's fake sun is in alignment with me, and the state is aiming its directed light onto the sidewalk. You're seeing the demon possessed stalker that's exiting. He is stalking in the path as I'm in operation of a communication device. He has 2 shadows. You're seeing the directed light pointing in different directions. You're seeing the impossible light, that is directed light, that is moving across on the inside of that 7-Eleven in Palmdale, California. So I'm on the Omnitrans bus on Route 61 at 5:38, and you're looking at the state engaging in its P.O.C. with stalking of light, keeping its fake sun in alignment with me through the windshield of this bus on Route 61 at 5:38 p.m., which is not possibly the sun, and you're seeing what the state is doing, which is stalking with its light source. And so these are the 3 videos that I captured upon my exit of Fontana Lewis. And so while I'm on the venue of the internet using the Chrome browser on my phone on the internet, the people are monitoring, the government is monitoring, engaged in repeated acts of flying over the vehicle by helicopter. This is terrorism and hostility while I'm publishing the criminal activity of the government. This is sexual violence and molestation and terrorism in the vehicle, which is where the state is aiming this directed light all inside of the vehicle and molesting my breast, moving all over my body with this directed light while it is engaging in what is monitoring. The third-party group stalker, who I specifically documented on G Street, I believe her address is 325 West G Street, utilizing her home, which is a venue covered in directed light, that which the state is aiming directed light on, while the people of the state are maintaining presence in their venues along Fern Avenue, because that's what this is. They're all monitoring while the state is flying over in helicopter. They're all monitoring while the state is stalking with airplanes. They're all monitoring and stalking in the path with the entity that is maintaining the environment in directed light with its fake moon, etc. All right. And so at 325 West G Street, you have the utilization of that venue at 325 West G Street, stalking with light inside of that venue. And that's what I took a picture of at 8. I believe it's 8:13. I took a picture of what you're looking at, the lights on inside of that house. And this is how the demon possessed are creating light activity. They turn their lights on and off. And while the state is stalking via helicopter, that demon, with knowledge of what I took a picture of, engages in repeated acts of turning those lights on and off in addition. But that's the P.O.C. I'm giving you an illustration of the ways in which the demon possessed are engaging in the elements, and doing so utilizing their venue, which is their address. And you're going to drag Satan out of that venue and prosecute them while they're engaging in the pattern of conduct in what is a venue, having no First Amendment constitutional rights. The pattern of conduct is underway. So your address is a facilitating venue, and I'm going to prosecute you pursuant to that. So I want to make sure I publish this. This is while I and this is the psychopath. Okay, this is the sex offender. This is the psychopath, though. It's going on the internet. The thousands of videos that I have already gathered, they're on the internet. It's going on the internet, whether I do it on my cell phone or whether I do it on a computer. It's going on the internet, but this is the psychopath that you are dealing with. Okay, that's the impermissible threat, the psychopath that begins flying over the vehicle. And think about it this way. Even if I were to stop uploading, which it took in excess of 3 hours to upload those 3 videos, okay, videos which take, if I were to, outside of monitoring by the government, I would have been able to upload all 3 of those videos in less than 60 seconds. All right, but even outside, even if I would have just said, oh, I'll just do it tomorrow on a computer desktop, either way, the end result is the same. It's going on the internet. Okay, so you're understanding what is a psychopath. okay? A very severely demented entity engaging in this pattern of conduct. They have already lost the war. Do you understand? You're talking about policy they will be dealt with under the law. This is the impermissible threat that the government is waging in concert with the people of the state that are very violent sex offenders engaging in terrorism and engaging in what is that which is a stalker. The government is literally a stalker, and that's based on objective evidence, okay? And the stalker is engaged in obstruction of justice. That's the P.O.C. All right, so it's 11:54 p.m. I just want to make sure I document that at 630 North Fern Avenue. That's P.O.C.